All right, so I mentioned earlier that you have to make sure you can enjoy an experience in order for you to want to continue doing it, right? But most things that have a positive result in your life are going to be more about delayed gratification than immediate gratification. So how do you make sure that something like that can be felt immediately and something that you can just understand and grasp so that you want to continue doing it? And this comes down to just pursuing the evidence. The more evidence you have of something, the more likely you are to believe in it. So if you work out every day for 10 years, you're an athlete. If you study every day for 10 years, you're a student. If you invest for 5 to 10 years, you're an investor. You're financially motivated and you're literate. You're changing your identity by repetitions. You're creating evidence that your mind needs to believe in. You're not just investing, you're actually an investor. You are creating an identity for yourself based on your habits and those repetitions. And that's all about visualizing. I used 10 years as an example there, but think about this. If you start doing something today and you do it again tomorrow, by next week, you are what you're doing. You are working towards becoming an athlete. You are working towards becoming a millionaire. You are working towards getting better at your job. You are working towards being a better father, being a better brother, whatever the case may be. You have to own it and take complete charge of what you're doing so that no matter what, you are responsible for the end result of the efforts you're putting in. You have to take ownership of the identity you're creating for yourself. So what if you've been told for so long that you just can't do it? You'll fail. You're never going to get rich. You'll never succeed. It's all a scam. It's like gambling in the market. Don't even bother. Just work and save your money. Well, this is what Mel Robbins considers the byproduct of the reticular activating system in your brain. The reticular activating system is the part of your brain that helps funnel information. It looks for similar ideas and grabs them and rejects unfamiliar ideas and pushes them off. Worse yet, this whole program is created by us. What that really means is that if people have told you you can't do something for long enough, or if you've told yourself that you simply can't do something long enough, you'll spend your whole day looking for evidence that you can't do something. And your brain is going to pull that in. You're going to hear and remember everything about that part of your thought process because it's what your brain has programmed yourself to believe. The alternative is true. If you believe that you can do anything, if you believe that you're going to be successful, if you visualize that success, then as you go through your day, your brain is going to start pulling in things that fit with that ideology. And it will completely omit, you won't even realize you saw it, anything that contradicts that reality. That's why having that plan is so important. It's the beginning of changing that system in your brain into understanding your goals and starting to fill your brain with positive things that tell you you can actually do this. Having a goal like creating a budget for your financial plan. Creating a budget is a perfect visualizing effect. You're going to look at all your numbers. You're going to know exactly what your intent is. You know how much money you have to save and how much debt you have to pay down. And you know what you got to do every single day and every single month to make that a reality. So you've just owned your financial system. You've just owned your budget. And now you can actually start putting the pieces together to make sure that you're fitting into your budget and finding yourself on the path to financial freedom just by visualizing it that first time looking at that budget. But don't just put it in a drawer somewhere and ignore it. Have that thing out every single day so you can remind yourself what you're working towards, and you can read it every single day and understand that this is your goal and this is what you are working towards. That way, your brain will start to feed you things that fit into that new reality because you can do it, and this is your new plan. So if everything is cumulative, and everything is a compounding effect of your choices, and everything up until now is a direct result of you, your car, your house, your relationship, your job, your bank account, all of it. It's the result of small, tiny, seemingly insignificant choices that add up to the results that you've seen thus far. Like the example we talked about in the beginning of this video. If you took the easy road out and took the large lump sum money right away and weren't willing to spend that 30 days letting the money work for itself, kind of being symbolic of you doing the work every single day for 30 days, you ended up with less, right? Somebody who was willing to put in the work and create those habits ended up with more. I read somewhere that it takes 21 days to create a habit, to create something that's going to be long-standing, but it only takes 14 days to kill the same habit. So you have to make sure you push yourself into those habits and just keep on working towards it. You never miss twice. Whatever the case is, if you're working towards something and you miss a day, fine, you missed a day. You do not miss that second day, because I promise you, when you do, you're going to fall off that wagon. You're not going to be on track anymore. You're not going to be chasing your dreams or your goals anymore, and somebody else is going to pass right by you on their way to success. There is no secret, guys. There's no quick fix. This video is not about trying to help you guys figure it all out, and so you can go and make one big decision and all of a sudden your whole life is going to make sense. You've got to earn it every day. Nobody ever owns success. Success is something that you reach and then have to keep attaining and keep driving and keep making sure that you stay at the top of your game so that nobody else can come and take that from you. Whether you've got $10 in your bank account or $1 million in your bank account, every single day you're either improving or degrading based solely on your choices. Like we talked about earlier, the guys in the NFL who ended up bankrupt, they had the whole world by the chain, and yet somehow their choices led them down a path that cost them everything. So it's not about just reaching the top of the mountain and expecting to be able to stay there. The consequences and outcome of your choices, they might not always be visible when you make them, but they compound and end up being the byproduct of that accumulating effect, whether that's positive or negative. So success is just a byproduct of action, right? You have to actually choose to go out there and act every single day towards your benefit. So if you're still here and you're watching this video and you're thinking, man, this is pretty motivating, I'm excited. Well, later on, you're going to go to bed and you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to think, man, I really hope I wake up motivated tomorrow so I can get right back into this. Or you might be thinking, I'm going to wake up motivated tomorrow so I can get back into this and so that I can drive to achieve the goals I have set in mind. It's not going to work like that. Motivation does nothing for you, right? It's just a very short-term, temporary, passionate feeling, okay? In order for you to make sure that this works for you, you have to have that kind of conscious decision in your brain to drive towards something. It's about doing the things you don't necessarily want to do today so that you can have the life you want tomorrow. If, for example, you're stuck between two choices, and the first is sit down in my living room and watch TV, and the second is get to work on my goals and my financial future and my freedom, researching stocks, researching ETFs, understanding the market a little better, what's going to happen next week. I don't know, but you have to be able to spend the time to do the things you don't want to do. Understanding that your life, most of the time, 99% of the time, is going to pursue comfort. Your body and your mind is geared towards pushing you in the direction of what's comfortable. You have to be able to recognize that and choose the other path, because comfort is going to lead you to nothing great in your life. There is absolutely no reason for you to sit down behind the TV after you've worked 9 to 5 to make somebody else money and not better the situation for you and your family. If you wake up tomorrow and hit the alarm so you can sleep in a little bit longer, you've already failed. If you wake up tomorrow and say, I don't need to do anything big, it's a Saturday, I'm going to enjoy my weekend, you've already failed Saturday, right? You've got 2 days on the weekend that you can work only for yourself, assuming you work a 9 to 5. Don't waste that time so that you can be comfortable in bed. Don't waste that time so that you can relax watching TV. Your whole room, every living room I've ever been in, what's it look like? It's a bunch of couches facing a TV, right? That is architecture, that is design, that is telling you exactly what you need to do when you walk in that room. Turn that damn couch around. Stop focusing so much money and so much time and effort into a living room that just pulls you into a box that controls you. Start focusing on the things you need to do to change your life. If you're still here, fantastic. And hopefully you understand what I'm trying to put off to you guys today. But when you're done watching this video, don't just turn it off and think, yeah, that's really inspiring stuff. I definitely want to take charge and do something different with my life. Take this opportunity to grab a piece of pen or a piece of paper and a pen right now and get ready to actually write down your personal goals, right? What are you going to do right now with that pen and paper? You're going to create the visualization, the first step towards your own success. And if that's in finance, I want you to literally write budget on the top of that sheet right now. And when this video ends, go to every credit card, every loan you have, and write all of them down with their APR, how much you're paying on a monthly, what the total balance is, and then I want you to write what your paychecks are, whatever forms of income you have on there, and create your own accounting statements so that you know what your assets and your liabilities are at the end of every month. And you can visualize that between yourself, or if you're married, between you and your partner, and start to determine a plan to make sure you are better set up tomorrow than you are today. And do it again tomorrow. Take that same piece of paper, look at it again, see if there's any corrections you can make, see how you can make improvements on your plan, and do it again the next day, and again the next day. And in 30 days, you should have a really solid idea of how you are going to approach your financial success plan, because you have now visualized it, created an opportunity for your brain to better understand how you're going to approach it, and allow those strong positive thoughts into your brain so that on a daily basis you can start feeling more and more confident in the decisions you're making and the path that you're taking towards financial freedom. Now, this video is designed to try to touch on the finance topic, but the motivational material that I pulled came from 3 separate places, and I pulled all that together to try to give you guys a cumulative finance-based video that is going to help you guys come up with the best plan you can for your financial success. And those 3 people are James Clear, Darren Hardy, and Mel Robbins. And I'll have links to some of their stuff in the description section down below for the video, so you can watch their motivational videos too, because I really enjoyed them, and I just wanted to bring a little bit of each of them that I thought connected with a finance-based person and give that to you guys. So please check out their links as well, and hopefully you get as excited about the material as I did. Hopefully you found some value in today's video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, bottoms up.